Welcome to my channel, detailing events throughout the decades. 1994. Karamay Fire. Karamay was a quiet town in the northern part of the Xinjiang province. On December 8, 500 school children were attending a special variety performance at Friendship Theatre. The children were all between the ages of 7 to 14, and had been allowed to attend the theatre as a special treat, because they had proven themselves to be the best and the brightest in the city. The children were all very excited at this special variety performance. They were all enjoying the performance when it is reported that the spotlights near to the stage either short-circuited, or fell, causing the theatre curtain to catch on fire. Fire quickly spread through the auditorium. There was chaos, as scared children wanted to get out of the theatre to safety. A female official stood up and shouted for the children to remain in their seats, and let the leaders leave first. This is popular in China. Government officials have priority over other people in times of an emergency. The teachers obeyed this rule and the children were forced to remain in their seat, as the fire continued to spread. By the time the officials had left the building through the one emergency exit that was open at the time, it was much too late for the rest of those left seated inside. Fire and thick smoke filled the theatre. The fire was now out of control. The teachers quickly ordered the children from these seats, and they all made their way to the emergency exits. However, there was only one emergency exit which was open. Most of the emergency exits in the theatre had been locked. The power quickly cut out and all those inside were unable to see anything, and all that could be heard was those inside shouting and crying, trying to get out. People inside tried to take refuge in a ladies' cloakroom, which was able to accommodate at least 30 people, but this was occupied by someone who had barred the doors behind her, stopping any other people from entering. After the fire, it emerged that 325 people had died in the fire, 288 of these were children. 36 of the adults were teachers who had been with the children. The high death toll was blamed on the locked exit doors, and the failure of the staff to check these beforehand in case of any emergency. The families of the dead and injured sent representatives to the National People's Congress in Beijing, which is a venue for Chinese citizens to seek justice and a fair hearing. A court convicted 14 people in the end. 4 of these were high-ranking officials. They were jailed between 4 to 7 years for fleeing the scene, and for failing to report the fire. After the fire, the government called for the immediate closure of any business which failed to meet safety standards. Public safety officials were instructed to examine fire prevention plans carefully before approving any new projects. Sadly, no memorial has ever been constructed for the victims of the fire, even though one has been promised for several years. The only reminder of the tragedy is a white portion of the old theatre, that still stands on the edge of the People's Square. You would not know about this unless you were told. Forever remembering all those who perished in the fire that day. May you rest in peace and never be forgotten. Thank you for watching and learning about events throughout history. Please subscribe to my channel to view other events throughout the decades.